Son was distraught when we told him he wasn't going back to school. Um, they are starved for interaction with people other than my wife and I. I do think that it's harming their social well-being, being apart from other people.
It was a tough day when the Weinrich family heard that for the third time this year, the Montclair schools would not reopen as planned. It was especially hard for Carolyn Corbin's kindergartner, who'd already seen the inside of his classroom from his teacher's Zoom.
She's like, oh, here's your classroom. Here's where we're going to be next week. So then to explain a few days later, nope, just kidding. Like we're still here, was really hard.
Corbin's son has an IEP, an individualized education plan, which requires one on one support in school.
But over the screen, there's not a lot they can actually do to assist him.
She says without it, he's falling way behind.
Socially, he struggles. Emotionally, he struggles. We can't keep him engaged for more than a few minutes at a time online. So he's really lost the majority of this year.
But frustrated parents can't get much clarity from a district that's locked in a dispute with the local teachers union, the Montclair Education Association. It was the union that announced teachers and staff would not return to school on the scheduled date of January 25th, blaming the district for not providing documents proving the buildings were safe. Superintendent Jonathan Pons released a statement today saying, quote, the status quo cannot continue. Therefore, and with the support and direction of our Board of Education, I see no other option but to instruct our legal counsel to file a lawsuit against the MEA for a physical return to school. The MEA responded in a statement saying they're disappointed the district has moved in such a negative direction and that they're still willing to work together.
You could understand when the school district was saying, okay, we're not ready yet. The schools aren't ready. We're still working on HVAC issues. We're working on ventilation. We're working on our safety protocols. The cases are up. All that made a lot of sense. And now we're at a point where the district, the superintendent, the Board of Education is saying, we're ready to go, and we're still not going in.
It's our understanding from the district, at least through the reopening plan we were provided and the information leading up to the week we thought our kids were going to go back to school, was that the district had complied with all the state mandated guidelines. And so what the disconnect is here is what is the town obligated to do under those guidelines that it has not done?
While they wait for those answers, both families are trying to balance full-time work with the demands of supporting their kids who they say are experiencing learning loss.
I think that there are just elementary concepts that are not being quite understood by our kids.
Does it concern you that your son is going to move on to fourth grade without fully grasping the third grade concepts that are really important to his learning?
It concerns us greatly.
A concern magnified by his fear that schools may not reopen at all this year. I'm Joanna Gagis, NJ Spotlight News.